sponsored by ChordStylePiano.com. Today we're going to be learning the song Up on the Housetop. This is song 13 in book 1 of the Clear and Simple Chord Style Piano series. And if you'd like to purchase the books, you can at ChordStylePiano.com. There are 3 books. We're going to be doing a total of 150 videos in this series. Okay, Up on the Housetop, let's take a look at the music. Here are the chords, C, F, and G. We also have a G7 chord. The right hand moves quite a bit in this song, and they're not big movements, but every time you see a new number, that indicates some sort of hand movement. So you may want to practice this melody by itself before adding the chords. And if you look right here, we're going to have some fast chord changes from F to C back to F very quickly. So you might want to practice that by itself. And if you have any trouble with a particular passage, what you can do is just, for example, let's say that this part is kind of difficult, just mark it off and play it over and over again. So just do that 4 or 5 times until you feel comfortable with it. And that's one way to practice. You don't just have to play the whole song each time you sit down at the piano. Okay, let's play a basic version of this, and then we'll play a spiced up version. Mention here a little bit about mistakes. I struggled when I was first learning to play piano. I would make a mistake and I'd sort of just feel like a failure, and I didn't really know how to handle it when I made a mistake. And my goal is, of course, to play perfectly, and with lots of practice you can play very well, but playing perfectly, especially in front of an audience, can be quite challenging, especially when you're beginning. And so with regard to mistakes, don't be too hard on yourself. Sometimes you just make the mistake and you move on and keep playing the song. Other times you stop and work on the passage and play it over and over again correctly, like I showed a minute ago, and then it gets better and you make the mistake less often. We're teaching our hands how to play. We're teaching our minds a little bit, but mostly in piano we're teaching our hands. It's about the doing, not the thinking. And hands can be slow at learning. It can be challenging. So give yourself a break, cut yourself some slack, realize that just sitting down at the piano and practicing as well as you can is going to take you a long way. So let's look at a fancier version of Up on the Housetop. What we're going to do is we're going to take this chord, so we held it for 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to play the C by itself, and then the E and the G, and we're going to do that twice in this measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what it looks like on the keyboard. Here's our C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as we go throughout the song, of course, when we have 2 chords in a measure of music, and again a measure is just the space between 2 lines, we'll have to switch chords in the middle of that. And then when we get down here, we'll just do it like that. So let's see how that sounds. just did a block chord, and sometimes I did this. And if you kind of mix the techniques that we're learning together, you can add a little bit more variety to your songs and have a little more fun with it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.